Hello children, myself Divya Sharma from Shivjyoti Educational Group, Kota. Today you are going to study Chapter 4 of Social Science, that is Climate. In this lesson, you will learn about the difference between weather and climate, the factors that determine climate, the three heat zones of the earth. You must have noticed that sometimes the place you live in, the days are very rainy, sometimes they are windy, sometimes it's sunny, and sometimes it's foggy. So what exactly changes in all these days? That sometimes the conditions are different, and you may notice that within a day or within an hour, the conditions completely change. Well, what changes is the weather of the place. So weather is defined as the change in the condition of a place which may change from hour to hour, day to day, or even minute to minute. Sometimes you may have a sunny day, sometimes partly sunny, sometimes you may face thunderstorms, sometimes it may snow in your place if you live in a hill station. Sometimes during different times of the day or different times of the year, you would see that different types of conditions are there. And when these conditions are changing, and when you observe these changes in minute to minute, day to day, or hour to hour, then these changes are usually weather changes. So weather is the condition of the atmosphere at a particular place and time. Weather changes from minute to minute, hour to hour, day to day, or season to season, depending on temperature, rainfall, and wind conditions. Now, for example, in your place, usually the days are sunny, but very few days in a year you will find foggy days. So how would you define the usual temperature of your place? Is your place usually foggy, or is your place usually sunny? Well, as I mentioned, usually the days in your place are sunny, and sometimes you have foggy days. So sunny day will define the temperature of your place, and that is why this is very different from the weather of a place. But the climate of your place is usually sunny or hot. As you can see here, the map of climatic zones of India. So here you will see the red color shows places with hot and dry climate, yellow color shows places with warm and humid climate, light yellow shows composite climate, pink shows temperate climate, and blue color shows cold climate. So all these places have different climate. So rather than weather, these places have different climates. That means the usual conditions around the year are different in different places. So climate of the place is defined as the usual temperature. Climate is the average weather condition of a place over a long period of time. It is an average of 30 years and may change slightly from year to year. The climate in the Himalayan ranges is cold. The climate in and around Chennai is warm and humid, whereas it is hot and dry in the Thar desert. There are some factors which affect the climate of a place. These factors are latitude, altitude, influence of the sea, relief, and humidity. Different places in the world have different types of climate. The climate of a place affects the people living there in many ways. The clothes they wear, the food they eat, and the types of houses they live in are all affected by the climate. The factors that determine the climate of a place are distance from the equator, height above sea level, distance from the sea, winds, the moisture in the air. Let us learn about the first factor in detail, that is latitude, distance from the equator. Latitude of a place decides what type of temperature that place will have. For example, the places which are very close to equator will have very high temperature, that is because sunlight falls directly in these areas, while if you move towards the poles, the temperature decreases and it becomes colder. So location of a city with respect to a latitude is an important factor which decides what sort of climate it will have. As you can see in the diagram, the earth gets heated by the rays of the sun falling on it. It shows the same amount of rays from the sun falling at different parts of the earth's surface. As you can see, the rays are direct or vertical at the equator and slanting at the poles. Hence, places near the equator get heated more than places near the poles. Different parts of the earth therefore receive different amounts of heat from the sun. Depending on the amount of heat received, there are 3 climatic or heat zones on the earth. Heat zones on the earth: torrid zone, extremely hot; temperate zone, neither very hot nor very cold; frigid zone, very cold. You can see the diagram given on the right hand side. We will learn about these 3 climatic zones and the other factors which affect the climate of a place in our next online lecture. Thank you.